Today I want to go over my everyday RED Komodo camera rig. But first, let's roll these graphics. What's going on, guys? If this is your first time on this channel right here is about turning a profit. It's about getting that bag, going from passion to profit. You want to learn how to take better pictures and all of that? Go somewhere else. But when you're ready to learn how to make profit, how to do this for a living, how to land jobs, hit that subscribe button. Let's start with the body itself. Of course, we're going to start with the RED Komodo. That's kind of where you start. And what I added to it first was the outrigger handle. I like it. It's rugged. It has a record button. Is it a little overpriced? Some may say, not me. It's worth it. It's super solid. Next, let's go to the cage. For the cage, I have the Tilta Cage Kit B. I like it. However, I don't use the top handle as much as I used to. I bought it because of the top handle, but I don't use it. It becomes cumbersome and big, and it's another thing that a monitor needs to sit on that's flippy. I don't like it. I stopped using it. And if I had a smaller monitor, maybe, but we'll get to monitors in a minute, and there's a reason why I chose the monitor I chose. Now that you have the cage, you got to get the Tilta 15mm base plate. I bought about 3 or 4 of these so I can put them on different things, and I can just pop this camera in and go. I personally like these base plates because of the locking mechanism and because they're easy to work with. What I don't like about it is that they're proprietary. That kind of sucks. On the side of the camera, I have the Tilta wood handle, version 6. It's pretty good. It connects to NATO rails, it's grippy. And I try to buy stuff that I can use on future camera kits. So I like things that offer NATO rail support or just different connections that kind of future-proof. On top of that handle, I have the smallrig cold shoe mount adapter. Now I use this when I run a backup shotgun mic. Usually if I'm recording, I run a backup shotgun mic just to CYA, just to cover yourself. Last but not least, I have the DZOFilm M3 field monitor mount. I like it because it swivels 360 degrees, it tilts 180 degrees, it's adjustable, and it has a really good knob. A lot of other monitor supports needs tools to be adjusted. I didn't want that. I wanted a really nice grippy metal knob that I can grab and turn when I needed to adjust my monitor. Let's talk about timecode. A lot of people who don't have cinema cameras or multi-camera setups may not be interested in timecode, but it's something that's become a lifesaver for my business. For this, I like to use the Timecode Sync E Mark II. It is my go-to device for timecode. The app is easy, it's super simple to use, it's small and compact, built-in batteries. I don't have to worry about nothing. And to pair with that, I like to use the Timecode Sync Track E pocket audio recorder with timecode. Why? Because it synchronizes to the timecode I'm already using, and I can capture backup audio, because usually I'm using my lav mic as another backup audio without using one of the tracks on my device. So again, on my RED Komodo itself, I got the audio from the RED Komodo as a backup. I got the audio from the shotgun mic as a backup. And then I have this device that's recording separately somewhere as a backup. Usually I'm using an overhead boom and a bigger mic to capture my talking head videos. Next, let's talk about lenses and support. I'm using the smallrig 15mm long lens support. And because of the lens choices I like to use, this thing comes in handy. To control my focus, I like the Tilta FFT06 mini follow focus. For under $100, it is super smooth and a lifesaver. I love the rubber grip. I love the fact that I can screw down my hard stops. I love this thing. It makes life a whole lot easier. As you can see, I'm using the DZOFilm Pictor 20-55 on this particular camera body. I have the kit, so I have the 20-55 and the 50-120. Bought them together. You can't go wrong with those cinema zoom lenses. I love them to death. Up next, let's talk about power. And I started with a V-mount adapter from Tilta. When I first got started, didn't know the difference, thought it was dope because I had a lot of ports. And the thing I didn't like about it was it wasn't RED approved. So it didn't read the percentage or wattage left from the battery. So you're just guessing pretty much. I mean, you can hit the button on the side of the battery to see. Because of that, I bought some CZ Z99 V-mount batteries that had the little display that showed the percentage of the battery. Those came in handy and they were pretty good. But I eventually, once I learned the difference between what a V-mount adapter that's RED approved and what one that is not, when I learned the difference between those two, I sent this one back. Thank God I learned within my 30-day window, so I had a chance to send it back. I went with the Core SWX battery plate V-mount, of course, for the RED Komodo, and it reads the percentage from the batteries. Now, because of that, I went out and got some better batteries. I got some Anderson mini V-mount batteries, which works just great. Now, let me tell you something between these two batteries. The battery with the LCD looks dope, but for some reason, the RED Komodo can't read the percentage of the battery. Listen, you got to get a pretty decent battery that will give that percentage to the camera. All batteries don't do it. A lot of your cheaper batteries won't tell the camera what the voltage is. The Andersons does, the ZG-Sens don't, but the ZGs do have a display that shows the battery percentage. The tricky thing with this is once it gets below 6%, the camera will shut off. I know that is my sweet spot. Time to change it when you get under 10%. I'm not even coming close. Up next is matte box. For matte box, I use Polar Pro Base Camp. Listen, it is the end all be all for matte boxes. Lightweight, a lot of great glass. And the reason I went with Polar Pro, let me be honest with you, it wasn't because of the matte box design. I like Tiltas. I like other companies. It was because of Polar Pro's glass. They have some of the best glass in the industry. And I wanted to put that glass in front of my camera. I didn't want to go with other glass or try to figure it out. That's really what drew me to Polar Pro. Don't get me wrong, the base camp is awesome. I love the setup. I love the drop-in filters and the way things work. But the real reason I chose Polar Pro was 100% glass. Up next, let's talk about rails. Rails are simple. SmallRig, 15mm carbon fiber rails. I'll post a link to all of this stuff in the description below. Next, we got cables. I chose the Mokus 3 feet SDI cable. I'm honestly not real crazy about it. It's super thin. It's been durable, but over time, I'm starting to get a little wear and tear, but they're only $8. So can't be too mad at that. I like my cables short, so I'm not running them everywhere and I don't got tons of cable to wrap around. 1 meter is where I'm happy at. To manage these cables, I use these spring cable management plugs. They plug right into quarter jack ports and it'll allow you to run your cabling around your device in a nice, neat way. Plus they look dope. I got them in red and I got some glow in the dark ones. It's just sick. The last cable I have is the TRS Tentacle Sync timecode cable. Now listen, I have the adapter that has the timecode, but I don't like to use it. I like to use this cable to go right into my Tentacle Sync from the adapter on the back of the Komodo. It's less to carry, it's light. This cable did cost $40, but to me, it's worth it. Up next is adapters. I do have the Canon Speed Booster adapter, RF to EOS, and I love it, but for $600, I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't use it often. I only really use it at night to get the extra stop of light. Sometimes I'll use it on like a 50mm or 85, but I don't have too much of an issue with the Super 35 sensor. I don't feel like I'm missing something by not having full frame. Plus I own some A7S III, so if I ever want to go full frame, I can just use those. However, I'm never in a situation where full frame is more important than the quality that the Komodo provides. I just don't really use it as much. Again, the time I do use these are low light situations. If you're going to shoot in low light situations, you definitely want to get these, but you can also go get an 18-35 Sigma f1.8 and you're good to go. Now you can't use them together because that's a crop sensor lens. However, if I'm not shooting with that lens, then I'll probably use this adapter, maybe with a 50mm or something to get really good low light capability. As far as monitor, I like the OCG7. Why? Because it's 3000 nits. It's super bright. It is my favorite monitors out of all the 7-inch monitors I've used, and it's perfect for daylight. 3000 nits, just think about it. Your closest dope Adamus monitor is maybe what, 1500, 2000 nits. This bad boy is super bright. And I can add my LUTs on it to see how my image looks. It has great features like false color, zoom in. It helps me keep my shot level. It is my favorite monitor. The OCG7. You probably never heard of this company. They ended up sending me one out to review. I loved it so much, I bought a second one. Let's talk about media, because this bad boy ain't cheap. For this RED Komodo, I have two Angelbird CFast 2.0 1 terabyte cards, two of them. These bad boys ain't cheap. And I have an additional RED 512 CFast card. Now, I would tell you to go get another Angelbird because they're a lot cheaper. So keep this in mind. My Komodos has 2.5 terabytes of storage for every shoot, period. You need it when you shoot RAW, trust me. It will fill up these cards faster than you think. Last but not least, let's talk cases. I found a company called Jason Case that makes a RED Komodo with a Tilta cage and outrigger handle case. It's designed for me to leave everything together, pop it in the case. I love it. It was worth every penny. It's small, it's compact, and it's good to fly with. All together, just the rig and all of the components and pieces, not including the shotgun mic or lenses, you're looking at about $6,000. I'm gonna be real with you. And remember what I tell you, if you don't have two cameras, you don't have one. So I have two RED Komodos with the exact same kit for both. All right, guys, you gotta pay to play. Anyway, be inspired, be creative, but you better be profitable. See you in the next video.